Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, affectionately referred to as Stark Vegas, where earplugs are highly recommended because the cowbells will be ringing. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Rebels will put total leather to crank us up. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Looking for a productive play on first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Mississippi State.
Line gets set, first down. To the ground with the back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to run it. Discards a man. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And the Bulldogs are on the move. On the move. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. So many rich layers in this one. Dak coming off the bench. Fumbles in the end zone to lose it. Legs being hiked. Coaches being fired. This has it all, guys.
And such proud people in the state of Mississippi that love their football. And it feels like, Palmer, these games always come down to something at the end of the game that's so fun and controversial.
What I love about this rivalry, too, is that historically there hasn't been a lot of conference championship implications or national title implications, but they play this game at the very end of the year, and it just matters so much in the state. Bragging rights for an entire season on the line.
The marker is at the 35, and they need to get it there to convert 3rd down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Caught in the backfield. It's Butler. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that third down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle setting up for it.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on fourth down. And that pass intercepted. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42. And this defense wanted to get off the field on the opening drive, keep the offense from establishing momentum. They did better than that. They took the ball away.
Yeah, you got to set the tone, right, on defense. Early in this game on the opening drive, you're trying to kind of draw a line in the sand saying, look, this is who we are. This is what we came to do. We're going to be more physical, and we're going to take the football away. And a play like that, it just galvanizes and energizes the rest of the team.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Using his legs, it's Flanagan. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Toddy, gosh almighty, who the heck are they? Well, everybody knew it. Ole Miss blew out State last time.
And they put a number up on them. Everything was clicking, yes, and the Egg Bowl is always close. It seems like those games come down to something crazy. But last year, Toddy put the smack down.
Yeah, it was Toddy that was able to just handle the emotion in that game right from jump. I mean, offensively, they jumped all over the Bulldogs early. That's going to be a big key for them again, I think, this time around.
On fourth down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on fourth down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on third down. Got a man. On the move at the 30. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try the middle. An attitude run as he's dragged down after a pickup of 6 down to the 14.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Give to the running back. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Now on the option. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And it's right down the boulevard. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on 4th basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on 4th down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Right, how about this offense? You think of this offense, you think of throwing the football and top 10 passing in all of college football, but the defense knew something, right? Like you could tell they were going to come out and run the football. They brought out the goal line, brought in some big boys, and really was ready for the run on that play.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. He's got it. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
And they'll get enough for the 1st down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the 1st quarter. The Rebels look to keep this drive humming. Trying to find his man on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big play.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. They're bringing heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Going for it all. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked up.
After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He's not afraid to go deep. Into the house. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Yeah, and coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Right? The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
Well, you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
You know, it looks like they just flip the ball and everything just magically works. You know why this toss to the left works? Because the wide receivers block. You know, I know you don't say that very often. Most of the time they want to run out, you know, get the glory, catch the ball, but they got to do a good job of blocking. When you toss it on the perimeter, those guys are pivotal for this play to have success. Really good job blocking on the perimeter.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Butler. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the 1st down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They'll run the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Brings up second down.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Here's the handoff. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Mississippi State does. Looking to throw, it's high. Pocket starts to collapse. He got it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Quick handoff. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. He wants to throw. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
I understand the quarterback wants to get this dominant wide receiver the ball as often as possible, but I wouldn't try to get it to him in double coverage. I think you have to let the defense's coverage dictate who gets the ball. There was somebody else open on that play.
And the Rebels are marching down the field. They'll ride the hot hand. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Looking left. Oh, picked off. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return to that small change. They take over at the 43.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job of his decision making.
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Looking to pass on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Now facing a third and long. Motion from the offense. On third down, he drops to throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Third and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Movement here from the tight end. The hand to the running back. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. They want to run it left here. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Looking for a crease. It's Flanagan. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and he just continues going for it all. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Bringing it back. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Brought down at the 31-yard line. Brings up second down.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the second half. And they desperately wanted to attempt to decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Not hard to figure out why they trail to start this third quarter. 3 first-half turnovers.
So if you're on offense, let's just stay out of our way and find out what happens here in the second half. We're not even giving ourselves a chance.
He wants to go deep. And he reels it in inside the 30. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo. A first down run on the doorstep. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Brings up second and goal.
Now second and goal and right in the teeth of this noise. Tries again to get it in. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. Surging forward on the sneak. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Man, this is tough. Second half of the game, you're down by 3. You know a field goal is going to tie it. This is a golden opportunity here, David, to take the lead. I think I'm going for the touchdown.
Green light. I'm going for it. Second half, man, I can take the lead right here. I like my chances, and even if I miss, I got to go the whole length of the field.
Sometimes turning your nose up at easy points can come back to bite you, but can they make it pay off by converting on 4th down? Power ahead. Touchdown, Rebels! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Yeah, and it's 4th and goal, and it's go time. I got to push people around. Look at the offensive line doing a really good job getting those guys moved back, creating a little hole for the running back, and he does the rest on 4th and goal and gets the touchdown.
And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 18, set to kick this one away.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Looking for a gap, it's Butler. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
On the option. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Got room at the 35. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
Quickly out to the tight end. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Grab behind the line. It's Butler. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldog. Climbing up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's far. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Right back to the well. Defense fills those gaps. He's got one to the 28. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. What a job to lay out and make the catch. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Uncorks it. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Carrying the ball with an edge and hammering his way to the 40.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On second down, he's looking downfield. The junior quarterback frustrated with himself after throwing it behind his man. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Brought down at the 38. Now, a 4th down.
It would have been a 55-yard field goal from here, so they'll leave the offense out there and try to convert 4th and short. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
And I don't care where you're at on the field, 4th and inches, I like me. I like my chances of getting that, running the play I feel comfortable with, getting the first down.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Mississippi State 17, Ole Miss 14.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. From the gun, to give, looking for room. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
I tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They'll look to pin them deep. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the officials spot it. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
These corners going to give them some space. He's going to let it go. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
I think the biggest issue in the passing game for this offense has been accuracy, right? The last time this guy took the field, he completed less than 50% of his throws, and you're seeing that again in this game. Just hasn't been able to put...
Going up top. his 5th interception of the game. A miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Got room on the return. Inside the 30. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Not only do they get the interception, but they're able to get a huge return. Remember, this team practices this all week, right? Once they get the interception, they've got guys turning their heads, and they're looking for blocks. They're looking for people to get a hat on down the field. And with that INT, they now flip it. That could be a big point swing in this game.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
That's why this guy's a good, strong safety. You've got to be able to affect the running game. You've got to be able to play in the box close to the line of scrimmage and make tackles. That time, good stop on the fullback.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The option look. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defensive end understanding football, understanding that I got to keep outside contain. I'm responsible for the quarterback. Good job playing his responsibility. And how about getting that sucker on the ground? He's a pretty good athlete to be able to corral him, tackle him right in the middle of the field, and get him to the ground.
Out of the shotgun on third down. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
Man, these plays are just so demoralizing for defenses. You did a good job. You got him in the third and predictable situation. What does he do? Finds a way out of it, makes a big play. Now he's set up first and goal. Forget that play. Now let's hold him to a field goal.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Second and goal for this offense. Here comes the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Brings up third and goal.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and goal. Trying to slam in. Touchdown Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job, you got points, and now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
And he puts through the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of...
Going over the top. Gets downfield for the big catch. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they can lose this ball game.
And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. On the option. Now the pitch. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. At the 35, he's got room. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with a lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Six-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Handoff from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. This is a big 3rd down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. To the air. It's high. Fires left. Finds a man by himself. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
One of the things I love about this running back, he can run a lot of different types of routes. I like the job on the angle route there, putting his foot in the ground, crossing the defender's face, and making it an easy pitch and catch for the QB.
Mississippi State comes out after picking up the 1st down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. Wide out in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. I know they were expected to win this game, and they're just about to finish it off, but there is something to be said for handling this type of pressure.
Handling it and squashing it. I mean, what an unbelievable job proving that you're one of the best teams in the country. Like, leave no doubt. That's a good football team on the other side of the field, Palmer, that they just took apart. Yeah,
they've been able to fight complacency all season long. It seems like it never matters who's lined up across from them. They're bringing their A-plus game to the yard, and they did that here today. Statement delivered.
There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident, David. They were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.